Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They've been flawless all year long as they hit the home stretch at 13-0.
And now they just have to guard against complacency. You still got to go out and earn it every week.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, December's here, so will that elusive first win be under the tree? At 0-13, they need one.
Priority one, win the game. The second part, though, ensure that you've got a chance to play for this team next year.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Here come the Bengals now to take over. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
They'll start with Davis Price on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 31, Mills. It's complete to Diggs. And he goes out right around the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Davis Price on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Off the play fake, Mills. Rolling to his left. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Mills. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza is sent on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated. That was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bonds. Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
17 yards on the play. It's now third down.
Off play action. Bonds. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. On gain of 2, brings up 3rd and 9.
On 3rd down, Bonds. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
As long as you go through your reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those early plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll run on 1st down. Burks. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
On 1st and 10, Bonds. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. Off the play fake. Bonds. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line. But they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield. And he got there and put his man on the ground.
And as we break it down on next-gen stats, that entire play wound up taking just 2.4 seconds beginning to end. So they were on him in a hurry. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And, partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Play fake. Mills steps away. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Matt Araiza now on to punt this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Well, look there at Ingram's numbers from a week ago. 23 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play, and I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams, because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Throwing on 1st down. Bonds. And this is caught by Watkins. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a game where almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. Bonds. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Nothing after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Bonds. That's out to the flat for Ingram. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. From the gun on 3rd down. Bonds. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And as we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Escaping the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And this one is right through. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Drive begins with a carry by Davis Price. And a short pickup to about the 25. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. 2nd down, and again it's Davis Price. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action. Mills. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mills. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Mills. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Bengals grab it. And some room to roam now. There he goes left side. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your hope.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bonds. He finds his man complete. It's Greer. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Watkins. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. They'll look to throw again. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Bonds. Under pressure, they got him again. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So on 4th down, Matt Rule brings out the field goal unit. This one from 46 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme, When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Bonds. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Ingram is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point. Now the try here for the point after. And that makes it a 9-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now they're a little further behind the 8-ball after the interception led to the touchdown. So a 2-score deficit here, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Mills to throw it. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A first down throw for Mills. And Diggs has it. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Mills going to try and hurry the offense here up to the line. Mills throw taken in by Diggs. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Mills again. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Throwing to start the drive. Bonds. And he's got his big tight end here. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bonds. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started out in Denver, and it's the Buccaneers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they trail in that one to the visiting Las Vegas Raiders. Leonard Fournette with a touchdown run. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown catch in the victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Bengals in that first half. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first two quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts. As you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 58 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
He certainly has to get a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bonds. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 17-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Gabriel Davis, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. They'll try and throw for it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Take it in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
23 yards on the play.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Give to Davis Price up the middle here. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Mills. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll roll him out, and Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. The 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second down, here's Davis Price. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Going for it, here's Davis Price. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bonds.
He's going to have the hook.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
Handoff right side, Davis Price.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
2nd down, and again it's Davis Price on a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
12 yards that time at a Cincinnati 1st down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
First down, Mills. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw is Mills.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. So he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mills now.
And that will be incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game.
Well, certainly happy they were able to force the fumble, Charles, but wish they would have gotten in the end zone, only getting 3 points there and still facing this second-half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game, because that offense, they're going to be all about ball security from here on out.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? when they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him the first down.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
On first down, Bonds. He dumps it down to Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And that's well executed there on third down. I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Running right, this is Ingram. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ingram again. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll try the left side. Burks. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
So on 4th down, Matt Rule brings out the field goal unit. He'll have the win at his back here in the 4th quarter. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, Mills. They still can't get it. Throw left side complete. That's Marshall. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. To throw, Mills. For Marshall, that's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Play action now, Mills. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hunter Henry with career touchdown number 60. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That pass taken in by Burks.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. Back to throw. Bonds. That's out to the flat for Ingram. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. On 2nd down, Burks. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The Panthers on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Mills on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Throwing again, Mills on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
On third down, here's Mills. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Mills, fourth down, gotta have it. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. But this one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 23. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, here's Mills. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mills. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Panthers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
To throw on 3rd down. Bonds. Open man is Chase, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They give to Ingram up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. On 3rd down, Bonds. Flush to his right. It's complete. Burks. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again, so another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. A first down throw for Mills. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Mills now looks to throw on first down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Mills to the air again. That pass complete to Moore. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Now Mills. And my goodness, another interception. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Panthers, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, it's now 14 games without a win, with time running out to try and get one. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.